Hello and welcome to one more video on Certified Treasury Professional Certification Program, which is conducted by Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. In this video, I will take you through the concept of SLR and non-SLR bonds. Before I move ahead and talk about these bonds, let me tell you that there are different ways to classify bonds. Some people classify bonds as floating rate bonds versus fixed rate bonds. What do these bonds mean? Fixed rate bonds offer fixed coupon to the holder of these bonds, while floating rate bonds have different interest rates which are set periodically, and they are based on a typical benchmark rate which could be used to price the interest rate on such bonds. There are other ways also to classify bonds. For example, bonds can be classified as coupon bonds versus zero coupon bonds. Coupon bonds pay periodic coupons, whether fixed or floating, while zero coupon bonds do not pay any coupon explicitly. However, the difference between the issue price and the maturity value is what gives the return to the investor. However, at this stage, we are not discussing about either the first or the second one. We are talking about the bonds which have been classified as SLR and non-SLR, and this classification typically happens on the basis of the issuers. So let us now understand what exactly is the meaning of SLR bonds, right? So SLR securities are the securities which are issued typically by the central government and the state government. Apart from this, there are other securities also which are eligible to be classified as SLR security if the government deems them to be fit to be classified as SLR security. But let me tell you that the word SLR denotes statutory liquidity ratio. What does that mean? That means that these securities can be deposited as the securities which are eligible for maintenance of statutory liquidity ratio as fixed by RBI. So RBI periodically keeps on fixing the SLR percentage as per which banks are supposed to maintain uh, um, certain percentage of their demand and time liability in form of these securities. So let me tell you now that securities uh, which are SLR securities can also include sovereign gold bonds, okay, something which have been frequently issued in recent past by the RBI. Apart from this, the government may also notify certain securities to be SLR securities, but that is purely up to the government. In the past, there have been instances where the government has declared oil bonds to be the SLR security. Now, SLR security has a separate desk in Treasury, which means there are people who only deal with SLR securities, while you may also have another desk which is called as non-SLR. So non-SLR can be PSU bonds, okay, which is public sector bonds, government bonds which can be in form of oil, fertilizer and other bonds, right, which are issued by the government to fund either subsidy or in the past they have been issued to give the difference between market price of petroleum products and the price at which they are sold actually, and causing a kind of a deficit. So the deficit funding has been done through these oil bonds, right? Corporate bonds also classify as non-SLR securities. In some other cases, even mutual funds, shares and all will be eligible to be classified as non-SLR security. Now, what is the significance of this classification? This is purely on the basis of issuer, and they are handled separately in Treasury because banks invest in both kinds of securities. What are the other aspects? The other aspects are that both these securities have their own risk and return profile. Government securities typically do not have credit risk, while corporate bonds may have credit risk, right? So the risk and return profile of these securities needs to be understood by the person who is handling these assets or these securities. I hope this video could give you some sense of what exactly is the meaning of SLR and non-SLR securities. Please do keep watching this channel to get more inputs about certified Treasury Professional exam conducted by IIBF. Thank you. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.